Okay, hello, welcome back. Goblin Gang here. Eagles at Chiefs game, NFL Week 2 of the 2025 NFL season. A couple of big events that are not included on this picture is Butker's missed field goal from 58 yards, overcompensated with the wind. Second game consecutively where he's missed a kick. He missed a PAT last week against the Chargers, and he misses a field goal here. This field goal's really long, 58 with wind. It's tough to miss those, but PATs you should make consistently, so it wasn't actually a huge mistake this week. But I mean, when they lose a game 20-17, any points mattered, and that was a huge one. And you could even blame that on the Chiefs offense. I feel like I've seen other people say that you make it easier on your kicker. You don't want to make it hard. They ran the ball on like 3rd and long, and it resulted in a 58-yard field goal. And if they had whether done it was a pass play 9 yards down the field or done something, they could have gave him a little bit better field position. It was kicked well wide right though, so I don't know. Another thing is Chiefs defense looked a lot better this week. Containing Jalen Hurts I think was tough, besides this play right here, which we'll talk about later. But their coverage looked much better. They got some really strong blitzes on Jalen Hurts, but the only thing that was a problem was that Jalen Hurts was unfazed. There was a couple plays, like one of them, Nick Bolton, no one picks him up as he blitzes, and he just runs straight through the O-line, untouched, running straight at Jalen Hurts. And what does Jalen Hurts do? He just stands there, throws a rainbow to Devontae Smith. It happened like 3-4 times this game. I think it usually results in incompletion, but a potential sack for 8 yards and an incompletion are very different. And it was actually a potential catch. Like, I don't think any of them were close to being picked off. There was one that resulted in nearly a touchdown, which gave them some points on the board. I think that's where they are right here, was actually on a play like that. But let's get into the key moments I have here. Okay, so Chiefs, and they lost the second game, close one. Here's a play. They're down 13-10 at this point in the game, I believe. Travis Kelce. Hollywood Brown was out for a little bit here. So they were out their top 3 wide receivers, Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, and Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown did come back, though, because that's why he's here. Travis Kelce, though, they're on the 6.5 yard line. It's a slant by Kelce, cutting in. I mean, the defender's right there, but overall he's not touched at all. Like, it should be an easy catch. Mahomes throws it a little low, maybe knee high, but with the catch that Kelce made earlier, he can catch that. It's not like he's a great receiver. The only problem is, it's not that he doesn't catch it, it's he bobbles this, right? It kind of bounces out of his arms. And look where the ball's going. This is afterwards, the ball's traveling this way. Oh, there's a cornerback, safety, whatever you want to call him. Probably more of a safety. It goes straight into his arms, right here. And he catches it in the end zone, and I go, what is he doing running this out? Well, he runs it out 41 yards. And it leaves Josh Simmons having to make a tackle. Kelce, huge misplay. This is probably the first sign of, like, some declining performance I think I've ever seen in him. I mean, people are going to make drops every now and then, but as Kelce, you can't let your team down like that. Mahomes took responsibility for this play. He says, oh, well, it's my bad. I kind of rushed it. I kind of threw it a little bit behind him, a little low maybe. And if you threw it in a different spot, I think Kelce catches that and goes it in, which is what Mahomes said. I mean, at least they get on that one. So it says, I think it's 2nd down, make it 3rd and 1. Chances are they're scoring on the next 2 plays. But it's a little miscommunication there. It's tough. Huge play. I mean, a touchdown right here. I mean, the Chiefs would be up 4 at the end score had the Eagles, everything else in the game remained the same. But I believe after this pick, this solid return ends up resulting in this touchdown down here, which puts the Eagles up 20-10. So Josh Simmons, left tackle for the Chiefs, right, rookie left tackle. After the interception, he sprints down the safety on the return. Left tackle, not right tackle, so he's on the other side of the field. As he's running across, the announcer was saying one of the most athletic left tackle moves. Put in some extra effort in here to save the touchdown. Nice. And then up here, let's go to this play next. This is Omar Norman Lott, a rookie defensive lineman for the Chiefs this year. They were able to, Chiefs coverage really showed up on this play because Jalen Hurts had nowhere to go. The O-line was doing good until Jalen Hurts started to scramble, peels off, and just rocks Jalen Hurts. Like, this looked like a hard sack, kind of just goes boom, just brings him down. Probably one of the harder sacks I think I've seen all season. Not necessarily like any severe injury. It was kind of like the Travis Kelce. I think it was, what is his name? Derwin James on Travis Kelce a couple of years back, Chargers Chiefs game on a reception. Kind of similar to that in a way, but nice to see a sack out of the rookie. Let's go up here. This is tough. This is a tough one. Mahomes did not have the best. I mean, going off this play, right? Mahomes took accountability for. Mahomes, this one resulted in a touchdown though, but look how wide open Tyquan Thornton is. He's become a Justin Watson type role for the Chiefs. Justin Watson's now with the Texans, but Tyquan Thornton's kind of stepped in that role. More reliable, it seems like. Mahomes goes to him a lot. I believe he's thrown to him several times this game, at least 4 times, especially late in the game. Like up at a bounce sideline deep ball. This one resulted in a touchdown in the end zone. They got a little bit of coverage there. He was thrown 30 yards past Tyquan Thornton here. So it's thrown maybe a little bit after this, and it's thrown just lobbed up into the end zone. Tyquan Thornton comes down with it. Nice catch. Several other ones. I think the other 3 that I remember recalling were not caught. He did have multiple catches this game, so there a couple of course there was another pass that was caught, but this one's only a touchdown, making it 17-20. But a couple plays earlier, he beats the cornerback. The safety runs into the cornerback. Both of them wipe out. No one is on him. He's on the left side, and he's just no one within 20 yards of him, 25 yards of him. Wide open end zone. That's where he's going. Mahomes sees him, right? I think the Eagles get a little bit of pressure on him. Mahomes throws it deep, right? No way this is getting picked. It's just wide open. Tyquan Thornton. He drops it. But Mahomes, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, he overthrows him. Another miscue by Patrick Mahomes this game. And he missed him a couple times. A couple of them he kind of threw high towards the sideline, which didn't give him much chance to catch at all. But easy touchdown, would have saved him a couple minutes of game clock, and potentially made a stop at the end of the game, which they needed to get a chance because they had no timeouts at this point. It would have helped them out a lot. Okay, next place. Let's go down to these ones. This is a tush push. Tush push, I have nothing wrong with it. One thing I'd like to say, so this one actually, as you can see, right guard here, this is actually right after the false start. The ball still hasn't been snapped yet. Right guard jumps early. Everyone noticed it. The announcers noticed it. This one was kind of an obvious one. You can notice it pre-snap, like real time, because most of them you don't. Most of the time there's a false start. I think there's a couple miscalled ones, like maybe Jawan Taylor last couple seasons with the Chiefs, where he kind of cheats a little bit by moving his left foot back a little early, right? Kind of gets a little bit of an early start, but it's not like you catch that real time. It's not like it's a blatant false start. This was pretty obvious, and it resulted in an Eagles first down, which, even if it's like second down on this play, right, 2nd and 1, I mean, putting them back a few yards, it gives them a chance. The tush push is so reliable. They get it like 80% of the time. I mean, just a false start. I mean, missing that call, I mean, it might have changed the game. Not that it would have, but it could have. And it's very end of the game. I mean, the Chiefs need a stop here, and it's a false start, and the refs miss it. You guys can watch the replay. You can easily see him move. His head's a little higher. So you can see the left guard here. Look where his head is, a little up higher. Right guard, his head's dipping already. Right? It's dipping a lot. Easy false start. They missed. Announcers pointed it out. I don't think they pointed it out in the highlights, but you can go watch it yourself, and it's pretty obvious. Here's a tush push, which they score on. Left guard and right guard both dip early, it looks like. You can't see the ball placement, so it's hard to know, but no one else moves. Like, you actually see these two guys dip before anyone else moves. These guys aren't moving. The rest of the O-line isn't moving. Right? The center makes sense, but the D-line, if they're looking at this ball down here, right, you expect a couple guys to move. No one moves. These guys are already diving on the floor, head first into the ground, face planting, making a carpet for Jalen Hurts to land on. So potentially a couple false starts missed. This one's hard to say, but they missed this one, so we really have no idea. It just looked like this right guard again. Very likely could have been another missed false start there. This one definitely was a missed false start. You guys can watch that one. But this one kind of looked very similar to this play in a way. I won't say a whole lot about this one, but it's kind of interesting because this play also brought up another comment I have on the tush push. These guys all go on the ground, creating like a carpet on the ground. Jalen Hurts will never be down by contact, right? They're basically stopping forward progress, the only way to get him down, which is really tough. But his knee will never touch the ground. He just kind of goes limp and gets pushed across the line, but he'll never touch the ground. Like, he kind of looks like he gets stopped and then kind of just rolls over the offensive line and goes in. He'll never be down, and I have no problem with that, except there's a play where Drue Tranquill kind of jumped over the offensive line, which usually is illegal, but if they're all on the ground, how else are you supposed to stop the tush push? How else are you supposed to stop it if you're not able to go over them and they're just going down on the ground, right? How are you supposed to stop that? But Drue Tranquill kind of gets wrapped up with Jalen Hurts a bit and tries stripping it from him. I don't think he did, but the thing is Jalen Hurts is not down. So why can't Drue Tranquill steal the ball from him? Like, it's not like you can say, oh, Jalen Hurts is down, because he's not down. His knee never touches the ground. Forward progress is not stopped typically, right? They usually give him forward progress. Like, they don't call it forward progress, right? They keep pushing the pile. They usually let the play out. So it's just weird that Drue Tranquill, I don't think he stole the ball. I think Jalen Hurts still had his hands on it, but I think the Eagles tend to get the benefit of this play quite a bit. It doesn't happen a whole lot where you see the other thing with Drue Tranquill, but it makes it tough. The Eagles, the tush push, they do it so well, and it's pretty much guaranteed a first down. And I mean, I think they're good at it. I don't think it necessarily should be a banned play, but I think the refs should be more consistent at making calls. There's got to be a way you can stop it. I think the Chiefs are one of the best teams at stopping the tush push. The Eagles got to go with a couple calls there. But they make it tough. I think if he's not down by contact, you can't make him down by contact. You basically have to stop forward progress, which is really tough when the O-line is kind of digging into your knees. But in a way, if you strip the ball, like Drue Tranquill tried doing, they should have looked more into that play, because he's not down by contact at all. He can't be down by contact because his knees are on top of the bodies of the O-linemen. So he'll never be down by contact. But yeah, that's my take on this Eagles-Chiefs game. The Chiefs need to step up a bit. They can't leave their offense till the very last 3 minutes. I like their defense, and their defense has kind of left a couple open spots for them, which made it tough, right? I mean, getting it to 2nd and 1 or 3rd and 1, whatever it was. I mean, the Eagles are going to tush push, so in a way you just can't let them get there, right? The Chiefs can't let them get there. And then the offense needs to start scoring earlier. I mean, this was tough, and this play was tough. They ended up scoring on this drive anyway, so it didn't really matter a whole lot, but this resulted in points for their team, not immediately, but gave them good field position, and the Chiefs lost out. I mean, even to kick the field goal, right? Then they would be tie game. And then Butker missed a field goal earlier, which is tough to say, but he makes that. They're up 3. I mean, the Chiefs were very much in this game. I felt like they were more in this game than they were against the Chargers. And their stars were making a couple errors. Like, this is tough. Drue Tranquill, his name's come up the last 2 weeks. He had 2 sacks last week, and he had some effort in this one. Josh Simmons, both weeks as well. Yeah. So that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week when the Chiefs play the Giants. Bye.